Hi, this is June from Planet June, and today I'm going to show you how to make tiny yarn eyes for small amigurumi. This technique is a child and pet safe alternative to plastic eyes and gives you more control than embroidering French knots, so you can make sure you have a perfectly matched pair of eyes. Cut a length of black yarn about 12 inches or 30 centimeters long. Make a loop in the middle and pass one end through the loop 3 times. Start to pull the ends of the yarn to draw the knot closed, but go slowly so the wraps align evenly. As the knot shrinks, push the sides together to encourage the knot to form a nice rounded shape. Alternate between pulling the ends and pushing the sides in until the wraps have formed a neat, compact shape with no space between them, like this. Here's what not to do. If you go too far and pull the ends too tightly, the yarn fibres will compress into a tight knot, which will make the eye too small. You want to keep the yarn wraps plump so the eye looks soft and rounded. If you formed a small, tight knot, it's not worth trying to fix it. Just cut a new length of yarn and try again. Once you're happy with your eye, make a second one to match. Try to draw the second knot down to the same size and shape as the first. To attach the eyes, thread one end of the yarn from the first eye onto a yarn needle. Insert the needle at the position of the eye, bringing it out at a gap between stitches a little way away. Now thread the other end onto the needle and insert it at the same position, bringing it out at a different gap between stitches. For the second eye, bring the yarn ends out at the same gaps between stitches as the ends from the first eye, so you have 2 pairs of yarn ends, with each pair having one end from each eye. Adjust all the yarn ends until both eyes sit flush against the head. Tie the first pair securely together, pulling tightly enough to keep the knot close to the surface, but not so tightly that you distort the eyes. Thread both yarn ends onto the needle and insert the needle at the position of the knot, bringing it back up a distance away. Pull the yarn ends tight so the knot disappears inside the amigurumi, then snip them close to the surface so they retract back inside. Repeat this process for the second pair of yarn ends. Now both eyes are fastened securely against the surface of the amigurumi. For the finishing touch, you can add a lifelike sparkle to the eyes with a length of white embroidery floss and a sharp needle. Make a tiny stitch in an upper corner of each eye, drawing the stitch down slowly until it just sits on the surface of the yarn eye. Tie the ends of the floss together and lose them inside the head as before. And that's it! Perfect tiny yarn eyes for your small amigurumi.